Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one place. You always find the best of what you love or something new to discover. Audible also includes thousands of podcasts from popular favorites to exclusive new series. The Audible app makes it easy to listen anytime, anywhere. While traveling, working out, walking, doing chores, you decide. New members can try Audible for free 30 days by going to www.audibletrial.com/Squawk Talk. That's www.audibletrial.com/Squawk Talk. The link is also available in the description of this episode. Thanks for listening.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Squawks and Talks.
Where we talk about current events, movies, and all kinds of crazy other stuff.
Heck yeah. We're on 4.
We out here squawking already. We be talking.
Squawking and
We
talking.
haven't stopped squawking.
Oh no.
No, we have not.
No. Oh.
Gotta make sure that
we
thing's
almost
up.
forgot, man. There you go.
You can't lose him.
Sponsored by Mr. Worldwide.
We wish.
It wouldn't be the same.
We wish.
All right. First, I want to get into everyone's week. Finals week. How's it been?
It's been a week.
Definitely has.
Almost.
It's been
What are we
almost
at?
a whole week.
4 days now?
Yeah.
5? No. 4.
Hey, I'm just going to say this right now. I don't know how y'all feel, but like coming out of Thanksgiving break, like that first week flew by like so freaking fast.
It was so hard, though. It was such a hard week for me, that one.
Yeah.
It was a lot of assignments and like time flew by. Like you didn't have time to do them all. And then I feel like since then, like it's been a month since Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this last week took forever. Like I was dying.
Thanksgiving feels so long ago.
I know.
That's crazy.
It does. I remember I kept telling my parents, it's like, only 3 more weeks, and then I'll be back. And then I come back, and I'm like, this is the longest 3 weeks of my life.
Yeah, I've aged like 20 years over here trying to get through that chem final.
I know, dude. You didn't have a beard. Did you have a beard when you came back?
I did have a beard when I came back. Oh, for the viewers who cannot see me, I grew out my luscious facial hair, and I look like a biker dude. Or so says my sister.
He also looks like he could be our dad, so.
I kid you not, though. I ran into my sister-in-law on campus the other day, and she didn't recognize me.
She didn't?
No, she didn't.
That's
She didn't
actually
at
so
all.
funny.
Because I got a leather jacket and facial hair now, and she thought I was just a biker punk, and so she just completely ignored me.
You just need to
It's
cuff
awesome.
up your jeans, and then you're right on
There
it.
you go.
We need to get you like one of those spike like chokers.
Okay. So
That would be
alligators
awesome.
out
And then
there.
the chain that comes out of the pocket.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I want the flames on the wallet too. That's what I want. We're buying a little like bicycle or something for Christmas.
There we go.
Right
Little-
around
give me
the
a little,
places.
give me a little motorized tricycle. It's like a little bell.
You could just ride my scooter around.
I forgot
Oh.
about his scooter, man. That was a worthy investment. That
It
scooter.
hasn't been in the winter because you can't ride that thing in the snow.
Sure, you can. That'd be fun.
Could tear it up.
You would wouldn't you make it out of the parking lot?
Wyatt's so confident
No,
about
that'd
it.
be so much fun. So, like, our apartment where we're at Thunderbird Landing, you know, like, best place ever. And it's just right over the bridge. Like, you got the stadium, you know, you got to cross the bridge over the freeway to get to our apartment. Going down that bridge, like the little hill on the other side with all that ice on a scooter, you telling me that wouldn't be fun?
No.
It's like snowboarding, but on a scooter. Can you do that?
No.
Like snowboarding,
Take-
but it's like a scooter?
Take the wheels off of a scooter.
Interesting.
Make your deck longer. Go down the hill. Tell me that wouldn't work. I
say
agree
do
with you,
it.
Wyatt.
I say do it. Anyways, we're getting so sidetracked from the finals. This actually feels like how my brain has been with finals. You know, studying all over the place. Let me tell you, sitting down and trying to study for those exams.
Yeah.
My brain wasn't having it. I've come up with a lot of different entrepreneurial ideas, and I'm a pre-nursing major, not a business major. So that was a rip. But
Yeah. I don't know. For me, finals has been like, I've had both sides of it, obviously, right? Like, it's been hard, don't get me wrong. Like, all the last final classes that I've had and the tests that I've had this week have been just hard tests.
Brutal.
Like, not just like your typical test, but like they've all been tests where like my best score will probably be in like the 83% range.
Only B. That's good. Dude.
That is good.
I know that's good, but that's my best test score. Unlike all my other ones are below that. Some of them significantly below that. Anyway, and so it's just like hard on your mind, you know, to put on so much work into a semester and then like, you know, finish the way like
Right, yeah.
that. So that's
sure.
frustrating. But the other side note, you know, finals week brings Christmas break, and Christmas is my favorite time of year. So, and we can get into that, you know, a different time. But you know, finals week is kind of like a kickoff for a break that is much needed for everybody.
I think that's why it's so hard for everyone because you're so close. The end of a really long semester, you're just ready to be done. You guys have super hard tests. That's why it's hard to get through, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. This might sound bad, but I've had the most fun this finals week. So the university gives us like a day to study because students were complaining that they didn't have enough time to study. So Monday was a designated study day.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday. That was Parker's birthday was Monday.
Yeah, that's why he said happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday to Parker.
A little self-promo from
That was actually, I'm glad you said something because I almost forgot. So what I did on Monday is I hit the slopes and I did not study for my finals like I should have, but oh well. But with that, I mean, I totally agree with what you guys are saying. I mean, just finals are stressful. It's as simple as that. They are. But once you get over, my best feeling is not what I get out of it, not like the score or anything. It's as soon as I finish that final, I just have so much relief. I'm just like, dude, I'm just glad to be done. I don't even care what I get on this. Like, I'm just glad to be done.
I get that 100%. I think it's funny that you brought up the fact how like students were complaining about how they needed a study day, which I think is awesome. Go stand up for yourself. Like we need the time to prepare.
No, absolutely.
But then you said that, I had the study day and I went and hit the slopes and was snowboarding the entire time.
I feel like that's how most people are. I don't know. When you have a free day, you don't want to.
It's less of the studying and it's more of like a mental break so you don't overstress and like.
It was awesome too because like I didn't start snowboarding until recently and it was just like it snowed the day before like crazy in Cedar and up at the resort. So it was just all fresh powder. It was the weekday, so nobody was there. It was awesome. Like it was a great way to.
That's cool.
Thank you for making me feel better. That I think I needed that. Why it was just that using that as an excuse for a mental break.
Hey, it's not like a bad thing, honestly. I think like your mental health is almost the most important thing to take care of when preparing for an exam. It's not necessarily like how much have you studied the material, but making sure that your brain isn't so exhausted that you're not going to make it through the week. So even if you use that study day for that reason, I think it's something that's still going to pay off in the end when you're actually taking the exam.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
It's good. I can't wait to, obviously next semester is a whole different semester. I don't even want to think about it, but I can't wait to those are the times you look for in college, the times to look for.
Yeah, it's not the tests or the classes you take, but it's the experiences that you have.
Exactly.
Beyond the stress. How was finals week for you, Parker?
About the same as you guys. I mean, it's definitely stressful, but I think if you break it up and you say, okay, so finals week started on Tuesday. Tuesday, I had this class or this final I had to be to, and that was my only final was in person. The rest of them were kind of take home, do whatever.
That's sweet.
So I guess a tip for everyone would be just kind of plan it out.
Yeah. So since it was your birthday on Monday, I'm curious, and I think our audience will be too. What was the highlight of your birthday within the day?
I think you know.
I just want to hear it. I might have something in mind.
Shout out to last podcast when we talked about going to the Japanese steakhouse. And also shout out to Addie who had planned that.
He manifested it, dude. It happened.
And she already had it planned.
You just could see the future.
I guess I could.
Yeah.
No, but that was definitely the highlight.
Yeah. The Japanese steakhouse.
Our chef was
so good.
So funny.
He offered. No, wait, it wasn't him. It wasn't our chef, but the chef that was cooking behind him. He offered Parker a Japanese style lap dance for his birthday.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. That's what made it so funny.
It was so funny.
Erotic.
Yeah, it was so. Those guys are awesome. It's just such a fun experience.
They can cook.
No kidding. Yeah, they can cook.
Where are you from? The kitchen.
Oh yeah. One of the customers, they asked one of the chefs, they're like, so where are you from? Like trying to have casual small talk, and like the whole time these guys are cooking and interacting with you, they are not serious at all. Except for maybe like at one point, but that we had with him. But for most people's experiences, these guys are not serious. And so some dad had asked the chef, so where are you from? And the guy looks at him right in the eyes and is like, from the kitchen. It was so funny. So no, it was just fun to be there. What a great atmosphere that place is.
Yeah. So going back to finals week, I guess. Like I said, it means you're at the end of the semester. What highlights have you guys had from this semester, all the way back to September?
Wow, that's a question.
Yeah, it feels like it's been the longest, but fastest, shortest. semester ever.
You think we're in December. September wasn't that long ago, but you think to the first football game you went to, you're like, dang,
Oh, that was fun.
that was a long time ago.
Our homecoming football game was pretty amazing.
It's always hype. That's what I love about SU. It's always hype.
Like the
Homecoming
Scream,
week. Scream was
that
amazing.
was so fun. I don't
Scream
know.
was
It's hard to
amazing.
choose one.
Yeah, that's hard. I like to see the cool change like in myself. And I know that's like so cheesy and cliche, right? But looking back at the first semester I was here at SU, and now looking back to my first fall semester, and now looking at my second fall semester, it's super cool because the first fall semester I was kind of insecure, but also shy. I didn't really have a group of people that I hung out with. Like when I went to activities, it was always a social engagement because I was meeting new people constantly. But this year it's been a lot different because I feel like everybody, like I at least know of, or I know the people I'm hanging around that I've hung around this semester. And so it's been a more enjoyable experience, I tend to go do things that I wouldn't have done the year before. There's things that I feel more comfortable about doing because, I'm already here. I'm not going to say I'm a veteran at school, but I'm a little bit more experienced than I was.
Yeah.
I can say like the other end of that too, though, because this was my first semester at SUU, like my first semester in a college in general. And so for me, kind of like what Kel was talking about, like that personal growth that you have, for me, I've really been able to see that. And it's been kind of amazing and a really big aspect of why I love SUU, of how well you get to know people and how often you see them. Because, I got here beginning of the semester and I knew a couple of people that I went to high school with, but not like a whole lot. Just a few here and there. And so then I met my roommates, all these guys here that were doing the Squawks and Talks together, and it's awesome. They're all the coolest. And then, just the friends that they've had, I've got to know them, and just different people in classes. And it's gotten to the point, like, honestly, it was really quick where I couldn't walk between, the library from studying in my classes and all that without seeing one or two people that I know and recognize well enough to say hi. And it kind of speaks a lot to like SUU and how like friendly everybody is, and how it's like that small town vibe, but still that college life, where to me it was awesome, honestly. Like I look back and it's like, holy cow, I've had a blast this semester. I've really enjoyed my classes, and I've met a ton of like the coolest people I wouldn't have met anywhere else. Yeah. And so to me, that was probably my highlight of the semester, honestly.
I like that.
Dang, that was so wholesome. Holy cow.
It was very
There's
wholesome.
our wholesome moment of the day, folks.
Was that like all thought out before this, dude?
No,
just the way you flow
it wasn't
with
thought
words.
out. It wasn't thought out at all. Honestly, just the emotions kind of they welled up.
Hey, no crying, no crying on the microphone.
no, but like honestly, that's how I feel about SUU. It's like a second home, and I think everybody else can relate to that honestly very well. If you put yourself out there and you go and you talk to people, you're gonna find new friends that it's like, where have you been my entire life? Like you just click.
It's like what you hear all the time. Like the experience that you want is like you have to make the experience that you want, right?
Right.
You got to make the most of it if you want the most out of it. So, yeah,
That's true.
I would have to say probably and it's probably kind of following along the same line, same theme that you guys are talking about, but really just like just our housing situation, like. The group that we have doing this podcast, I live with all these guys. And I didn't have this same experience last year. Like, obviously, we all hung out and stuff. But moving in and living with a group of, there's 6 of us, and we're all this close. Like, we're straight up like all brothers living in the same house. And so it's just been really fun. That's been one of the fun things is just, like, we're always hanging out with each other. It's always a good time. So that's been one of my favorite memories. But with that, we've just done such cool stuff. Like, just really fun activities, which we've talked about on the show a lot before. So overall, that's probably been my highlight this semester, is just spending time with you guys.
I appreciate that.
Couldn't have worded it better myself.
Exactly.
You don't have a highlight, Parks?
It's the same as you guys.
Really?
Just-
Yeah, dude, it's just really
Like
good.
compared to last year, I'm just in such a different place, and it's awesome.
It's a lot better feeling. It's a lot better feeling to know where your feet are standing,
Absolutely.
So
And Wyatt might not be able to relate with us in this sense, but like just your second year in college is so much more enjoyable because you know what to expect. I feel like your first year is fun because everything's new, but your second year is even better because then you're like, oh, like I don't have to go to that, or that is fun. I've been to that before. Let's do that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
You kind of have a hang of things, so you're living on your own.
Yeah.
So
Sick.
the people make it. Honestly, the people are what make it cool.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to my birthday a little bit, I think it was the night before. We had the craziest snowstorm.
I think of this semester. I feel like from the past 2 years that I've lived here, we've gotten a snowstorm every October, like one day. where we've gotten a
Yeah.
decent amount of snow, but then after that, just we didn't get any snow until like December came in.
That's the most Utah weather thing.
It's
right
so
there.
weird.
Absolutely.
It snows in October, and then there's nothing on the ground in December.
Yeah.
And it's like, why, Utah? Like, why are you like this?
Yeah, exactly. And so, like you're saying, it snowed, and was it the first snowstorm of December? Was right before your birthday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we got it, and I would have to say that was also a highlight. Now thinking about it, because like that first snow of the semester, we had like the craziest like snowball fight, like a super spontaneous snowball fight. Why was a part of it? Kale, were you a part of it?
I think it was.
He was a part of it. Were you out there at all?
I wasn't.
Parker was too cold.
Were you staying in? You stayed inside?
No, dude, I was finishing my final project.
Oh.
Hey,
That was one of my
attaboy,
classes.
attaboy. He made school a priority. But dude, Wyatt, tell us about that snowball fight.
It was so much fun. So it was like the perfect snow, the kind that's like, it just
It honestly
sticks.
was. It
Just
was so
sticks.
good.
But it's
Yeah.
it's like the powder that sticks, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like really easy to grab, but then makes the best snowballs ever. And we had a couple of friends of ours that came over to our apartment to like give us this little mini Christmas present.
And
They're
we
like,
didn't know
"Golly,
they were
guys."
coming. They just
Yeah.
showed up.
They just kind
Yeah.
of showed up. And then one of them threw a snowball at me, and then just it proceeded to like escalate from there, where we ended up going outside. And so we're like throwing snowballs in the parking lot of our apartment complex, like ducking between vehicles.
Yeah,
and
there's
everything.
cars everywhere, snow on the ground. It's coming down like
We're
crazy.
just flinging them. I felt like Buddy the Elf out there, just
Yeah.
you know. And Jeremy over here throws a snowball. I can't remember who it was. It was me or Riley, one of the two. But he throws a snowball and he just pegs like apartment number 10 or something right
At
in
the door.
just boom, reels it.
Dude, I'm surprised I didn't dent any cars. That snow was so good that I was like, just every time I'd throw it, dude, it'd be like,
Straight rockets.
You're looking like
Just-
Coulter's car.
yeah, straight up.
Straight rockets. But he nails the door and everything. And then 15 seconds later or so, you know, they open the door to see like, you know, who's hitting my door, the people in the apartment. And right when they open the door, Jeremy throws another snowball and it goes right inside.
Yeah, but I was aiming at somebody, so I didn't even mean it. Like, I can't remember if somebody was still standing there in front of that door or running across the sidewalk in front of it, but I threw that snowball, and it was like as soon as they opened the door, dude, boom, hits the door and splatters all over everybody inside, and you just hear all these girls scream, like, ah!
And then there's this group, and it's just like a bunch of guys and girls, like they were all doing like their own like little Christmas even thing. I don't know exactly, but they
Yeah.
all of a sudden they all come running out, and so we have this multi-apartment snowball fight.
What,
Yeah.
in our
what apartment number was it?
It was 10, it was Emily's.
No way.
Yeah, it was Emily's house.
That's
It was so
awesome.
sweet.
But it was super sick, just ducking between vehicles, and honestly, one of the funnest snowball fights I've had in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it
Wow.
was just, it was
I've had really good snowball fights here in Cedar. Like,
Remember the one last year before my birthday?
yeah.
At the movie theater, the
Oh,
Cedar
that
Fun
one was
Center.
so
That one
good.
probably takes the cake for it because it was just our friend.
We were
group.
like tackling each other.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
tackling
it
each other.
was
This
so-
one was
I'm
just
sorry.
the snow was really good, but
I wasn't there, but
this
it's
one was
fine.
really good. No, and I might maybe I should read it actually before I tell this experience of when friggin' Wyatt absolutely murdered me.
This is gonna be good.
I didn't kill anybody. Okay, I'm not a killer. I'm not a psychopath.
He murdered me at the snowball, but I'm
this
gonna
might turn into a true crime.
It might. But no, with the snow, I get so excited about these things, right? I like to record these experiences that I have and write in a journal. And sometimes I like to write poems. So this poem's about the snow day and the snowball fight, but it's a mixture of it in all reality. But a certain detail within my poem talks about the experience I had during the snowball fight with Wyatt. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. This is called The Snow Poem.
Creative.
Shiver me timbers, the ice is quite thick. The snow hasn't stopped falling, and I'm afraid it won't quit. Snowballs keep flying, my hands are ice cold. I've now taken several ice balls to my face hole. I must return back inside, for my hands are blue, and if I wait any longer, something else might turn too. Yes, twig and berries are real, and I don't mean mistletoe you feel. So during the snow season, be careful, for with fresh powder comes a price, and sometimes it's not very nice. Thank you. There's my poem. Give me some snaps, boys.
Jeremy's a poet, and y'all never knew it.
Wow.
So going back to that, the poem of, ice in my face hole, Wyatt gets a snow. It's so funny because look at him and he's trying to hold back the laughter, but this man got a snowball ready.
I got a can for an arm.
And
folks.
he was like 5 feet away from me, it felt like. And he just throws an absolute.
Okay,
I could just picture like the Charlie Brown version of like when they throw snowballs at each other and it's just like literally like, poof, and it like takes him out completely. You know?
I was at least a full vehicle length, like car length away from
Dude,
you.
I think I just gotten out of the house too.
Yeah.
Like I just put on gloves or a jacket or
I was
something.
waiting for you.
And I ran back outside and Wyatt throws a snowball and it just smack dab right in my ear, dude. Like it was ringing. I was having like a traumatic experience. I had to keep shaking water out of my ear during the snowball fight. So that's what that part was referring to.
Hey, it's all fair game, you know.
It was a massacre out there, but
It was awesome.
yeah. And then we tried doing some sledding, and I mean, it was just really fun. Like just when it snows and you're in, even when you're a little kid, it's magical. But when you're in college, the little kid comes out and you have a good time, and you're using whatever you can. I mean, we were using laundry baskets, like lids from our storage containers to go sledding. Like we're hard up.
That was a fun night. Wyatt had a good joke that night.
I have the best joke.
The
We
joke?
need to share it at some point. I don't know if this episode, like we don't got much time for that, but I got this joke. It's like a 15-minute joke.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, what do you mean?
I got a 15-minute joke. Okay, it's 15 minutes, just beautiful storytelling, just world building, character development. You know, it tugs at the heartstrings, and it's a good laugh.
It is a good laugh.
You know, that's just a little sneak peek. Now y'all are on the edge of your seats, but we're gonna just shelve that for the future.
It'll keep you interested.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
And something else
quite
I
a
want
good
to
joke.
get into a little bit more about Wyatt.
It's always about me.
I think we could call it Wyatt's Weird Foods.
Might be a new segment we might bring into the show. And this was even during the snow that
yeah.
he made one of his famous weird foods.
It's not famous yet, but it's gonna be.
It's going to be.
gonna
We should
be.
talk about our future plans after you explain what you made.
Okay.
Because remember I said we could do a drive-through at our house?
Oh, I know.
Okay, explain to us this masterpiece that you just came up with in your sleep or wherever it came from.
It was inspiration, actually.
Okay.
Inspiration from somewhere. Who knows? My stomach, probably.
That's where all great things come
Oh, yeah.
from.
So my form of cooking doesn't follow a recipe book. I just kind of throw stuff together. And I love like Mexican styled food, you know, like the spicy, just good season, just like
Strong.
yes. It's just the best, you know, Mexican food. And so I have these spices. One of my favorite is called Slap Your Mama. That's like the actual name of the spice. If you haven't ever seen it,
Don't you
it's
ever.
Good. It slaps. So good. But
Thank you.
and then like crushed red pepper, you know, and some or minced garlic and some oregano and Italian seasoning. And it's like whatever. I like having a whole cupboard full of seasonings of spices and then just mixing stuff together.
He's like little Ratatouille in the
Oh,
kitchen.
you betcha. You know, I got a little rat controlling me or something. But so
He's got that rat in him.
so I come outside. Jeremy's over there, and he's making himself this sandwich. Okay, a manwich. It was incredible looking. I don't know what type of bread you were using because I don't pay attention to those details. It just
Good.
tastes
I think it
good.
was ciabatta bread.
That. But he has this, and Jeremy has a panini bread maker. You know, like a little panini
Like a George
toaster.
Foreman, like
Yeah.
the great Michael Scott talks about.
Yes, exactly. Waking up to that smell of bacon in the morning.
Yeah.
And so he's using that, and I had the idea, you know, I kind of want to make me a grilled cheese right now. But then my immediate thought was, I don't like just normal grilled cheeses. Like, nothing against them, but they're just kind of like bland.
Yeah, I
they're
get it.
normal.
They are. You get tired
Traditional.
of
Put some brown sugar on them.
What? Okay. Anyways.
Now we're trying something new.
Yeah, brown sugar didn't. That's not the route I went, folks. But so I have this idea, and I'm trying to think. I'm like, I need some meat. You know, I'm a man. I need some meat on my food because protein.
He's a grown boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
Growing in the right way. And so I'm thinking of like, what meats do I have? And I have bacon in my fridge. I'm like, I'm gonna put some bacon on my sandwich. Yeah, you know, because bacon's the best. And so I go and I grab some bacon, and as my fridge is open, I start looking. I have a plethora of salsas in my fridge.
I like that word.
Plethora, I know, right? It's nice, educated.
Plethora.
And I have like a guacamole habanero. I got like salsa la mera mera. I got
Ooh,
some homemade
exotic.
like tomato salsa. just like all these different sauces, like salsas and everything. And so I just start grabbing them. And then I grab a bottle of green chilies while I'm at it. And so I'm making this grilled cheese sandwich, but it's more than that. It's a superior one. So I'm like frying bacon over by the stove. Y'all can't see my actions right now unless you're watching the video, but like I'm gonna grill my bacon over there. and I put it on there, like the bread and the cheese, and then I added some green chilies and my guacamole habanero salsa and a little bit of minced garlic, and then you just kind of like spread it out, and then you put the other one on top, and you add a little bit of butter, and you put it in the panini toaster. And oh my goodness, it changed my life. So I'm going to start a little drive-through in apartment 13. If you're hungry, just come by the window and just give it a little tap, and I'll make you a grilled cheese sandwich.
We'll write your Venmo on the window in like window chalk.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Like our own little business.
What do you call this? What do you call this? Sandwich,
This sandwich.
or is it a panini, or
definitely good.
Just
grilled
call it
cheese?
this sandwich.
This sandwich. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I'm not
Or
a good
that
name.
sandwich.
I'm not a good naming guy. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't have a name for this sandwich.
Why it's weird sandwich?
The Wyatt Special.
The Wyatt Special. I don't know, folks. If you have any good ideas, put them
We
in the
could
comments
all-
below.
Kind of like go little Mr. Beast route here. But we all make our own sandwich and call it the Wyatt, the Kale, the Jeremy, the Parker.
Ooh.
And so they order our version of what we think is
That
the
would
best.
be elite.
So mine
I'm
would just
so-
be like, my favorite grilled cheese is cheese, bread, cheese with brown sugar, bread, then cheese. So like you have cheese on the outside that's super crusty.
Okay.
Like I love that thing.
Okay.
So that would be the Parker. And then what Wyatt just explained would be the Wyatt.
The Kel has Kel in it.
That was so funny. No,
Never heard of that one before.
nope. Mine would be very like meaty because I love meat.
Meat lovers.
The meat sweats.
A meat sandwich. So it would have a bunch of meats and stuff in it, and probably some veggies and stuff, but just a bunch of meats, and then like. I'd probably mince up some kale and then put like garlic and kale like mixed and make a dressing out of it. So it's like has my name in it. That would be smart. You know?
Dude, I think mine would be with the ciabatta bread because I make a mean sandwich and I put some avocado on it, salt and pepper, lettuce, a slice of tomato, and then I either get I cook like a garlic and or some kind of garlic chicken patty, whatever, grilled chicken, or I'll use like rotisserie chicken. And then I put that in the panini press, and it is friggin'. Ooh. It's naughty. It is naughty.
Also, grilled cheeses with like flaming hot Cheetos inside of them is so good.
I've never had that.
Me either.
I'm not really sure if I'm interested.
Some
but,
Takis.
No, so you get a panini press and you just put.
Oh,
like
we got one.
You make a grilled cheese, but instead of like just putting the grilled cheese, instead of using like cheddar for your cheese, or Colby Jack, you use provolone cheese, and then you use just turkey. And then you make the grilled cheese, and then you put inside the sandwich flaming hot Cheetos.
Hey, I got a quick question for everybody since we're talking about it so much. What is the best smelling cheese?
Pepper Jack.
I'd have to go with pepper jack. That's a good one.
Provolone.
Gouda. I love that musk. Dude, I could...
Stop.
Oh, dude, I crack open some Gouda. Oh, my gosh, dude. Like, it just...
Is it Gouda?
Oh, it's Gouda.
It's good to smell.
It's a Gouda smell.
I was going to say, I was getting hungry by this conversation, and then Jeremy said that, and appetite's immediately gone.
Dude,
so.
no, it just... I can smell it right now. Like, just...
My nasal passages are closed, or I would too.
I know it could clear it up. I know it can
I know
clear
it
it
can
up.
clear it up. My chile that I make, but that's one for a different.
Oh, that'll make a man
anyways,
cry.
Wyatt's got a lot of weird foods. I mean, I think the first time we did a group dinner, he made his own rice. And this man threw in all kinds of crazy seasonings, but it wasn't that bad. The rice was like maybe a pink color, but it wasn't too terrible.
I was going for like that Mexican rice,
The
like
orange.
Spanish
the
rice.
orange Spanish rice. Yes, that's more politically correct. The Spanish rice, and I didn't have all of that there, and we didn't have chili powder in our apartment because this was the beginning of the semester, and I hadn't quite bought me some yet.
We hadn't established ourselves.
Yes, we hadn't stored up, food storage. So I just added some homemade like tomato salsa into it. That's why I got like a pink. It looked kind of like fish eggs, if I could describe it that way.
Yeah,
That's kinda
it
what- that's
definitely
kinda what
was
looked
pretty
like.
scary
Yeah.
looking. But
It
no,
wasn't bad.
I mean, with all this good food, that's one of our favorite things, though, is to eat good food and to watch a movie. Like, that is hands down our favorite
Heck
thing.
yeah.
Which brings us to our next kind of segment, if we're ready for
Our
it.
movie segment.
Yeah, and that's something, that we're starting to do a little bit more that I've actually had some interest in. A movie that's coming out, or how about, Parker, you tell us about this movie that's coming out. If you know enough about it, we might have to ask these guys because I think
Yeah,
they've seen the
I haven't.
trailer.
I don't know much about these movies that we have on our list, but the first one is the Will Smith movie. Is that what it's called? No,
Will Smith is, he's...
But that's not the
He's
title.
the main, no.
it's called Emancipation.
Yeah, Emancipation.
Like he is in it.
So the reason why I kind of was wanting to talk about this movie, have you guys heard about it, Emancipation?
I just barely watched the trailer.
You did watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, before we get into it, what you guys think. I'm just surprised that Will Smith has a movie coming out.
Me
Do you
too.
remember what happened?
Yeah.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. You know what I mean? Like
What sound effect do we have? I don't even know these. What's this one? No, that's not it.
That's definitely not it.
That's kind of
not
what,
it.
I don't know if that really happened during it, but I just remember when that happened, like that blew up so much.
And like we didn't know how the career.
No, well, yeah, I guess that happened. I guess people laughed.
yeah, I guess people laughed.
Okay, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
But I just remember like when that all went down, everybody thought, because everybody loves Will Smith, right? I still do love Will Smith. I mean, obviously there's debate on whether he should have or shouldn't have done that, But like everybody was worried about like, okay, where's his career taking off now? Like what type of movies are coming
Or
out
even
with
his
this?
like mental health. Like he was a wreck after that.
Right. Like it's awful to get so much hate on the internet. I can't imagine being a celebrity and being on the bad end of it,
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's going to be like just him putting out a movie like this, especially an action-packed movie, is going to be maybe something that sparks his popularity again.
Well, and it's like it's historical as well, right? It's significant, and so it's going to be really cool. Is it in black and white? Is it all black and white?
No.
Okay, to me it looked like that from what I just seen. I didn't know if it was one of those.
It looked like it was a normal one, but it's it's based off of the the Emancipation Proclamation and the Civil War and that.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of would offer a cool viewpoint into the lives of those that were living in slavery and trying to escape that. Is kind of the intent of the story from what I could see in the trailer, and I think that would be offering a really unique viewpoint for viewers. Something that, as far as I know, hasn't really been done before, at least in a very big scale. I think it may be a fantastic movie to watch. So
Yeah. So what are your guys' like just initial thoughts right off of the trailer? I mean, you already shared a little bit of it, but
my other initial thought right off the trailer,
Yeah.
the transitions on the video were like
just the
fantastic.
trailer.
Like the transitions between, I don't know, I just really liked it. I do a little bit of video editing, not as much as Parker here, but I do dabble in it a little bit. And it had some like transitions between scenes, and I just liked how they
The
worked.
flow.
For those of you who watch like videos or do video editing, you'd probably agree with me, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. What about you, Kale?
I just liked the emotion. I think emotion makes or breaks a movie. Like how
100%.
well, they like. I think the preparation of each character. Well, the characters I at least know about. I don't know what the movie's going to turn out into. But from the trailer point of view, I think each character that they were trying to, display, was just showing like raw emotion. It like kind of puts you in the feet of slaves and just like maybe what they're not just what they're going through, but maybe how they're feeling altogether.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's cool because I love history. I mean, it's not necessarily a subject I'm great at, but I just loved learning about history and about what's happened in the world. It's important to know about.
Well, and I think it's going to be really good too. I mean, I don't know enough about this film to know if it was recorded before the whole thing that Will Smith underwent recently. It was at the Oscars, right? Yeah, at the Oscars. So I don't know if that was, everything was recorded and the film was ready to be released around that same time, or if they just waited. But all I do know is that I'm excited for him to get back out there. I think that's kind of what he needs. So, no, that's just really interesting. Another movie that I really want to talk about is you guys know who Adam Driver is. He's kind of famous for being Kylo Ren in the new Star Wars, most recent Star Wars series, or part of the saga. And his new movie coming out is 65. and that's it. That's the title. It doesn't reveal anything more or anything less about that. What did you? So I feel really bad because I watched only part of this trailer, but
I haven't seen anything. So
I know. I feel like
I'll give you a little bit of summary of what I know about it.
Okay, I'm interested.
So this movie is literally it's in a futuristic background setting.
So is it like 2065? Did it give it specific time?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
So it's like more of just what?
I don't know. I interpreted the movie and like I don't know if I'm interpreting it in the right way, but you carry on and then
Okay.
Okay,
sounds
this is
good.
getting good.
So like how I'm not necessarily gonna be for the movie yet, because I haven't seen it and I'm not that type of person. But the summary of what it was trying to display was this futuristic scene of people like coming in and like searching for planets, right? Searching for life on planets, and they come across a
Habitable
home, a place that has creatures, and that's like a little bit of foreshadow of Earth in the prehistoric times.
Oh, cool.
And so these guys have like laser guns. They're like super high tech future, but it's dinosaurs. It's like
cool.
It's like prehistoric dinosaurs, and like these people are not, the human race that live in Earth. That we know. These people are from, millions of years before that have been searching for other life from other planets.
So they've like spent they're like just
And
nomads, like
here.
space nomads.
Right, and then it came here.
Okay.
And, like, they talk a little bit about like trying to, look for life, and not just look for life, but look for place to
home.
a new home. And they run into all these, and it's kind of like a thriller. It's by the same actor or the same producer. It's by Sam Raimi.
Oh,
is
cool.
the producer. And the
writer of A Quiet Place.
You're right. So it's kind of a thriller movie. It's not necessarily.
Well, and it's gonna be good.
This sounds super good.
Those are really good, and
it's just a different perspective, right? We're so used to, us going to the past. We are so in like the Jurassic Park, mindset of things that we're going back to the past. Now it's like future people are coming to the present.
I didn't even think about
It's
that.
future people that have future lives.
So it's two opposites coming together, basically.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's
I didn't even
it's an
think about it
interesting
like that when I was
perspective.
watching part of it.
But it's kind of weird in some parts.
Okay, Wyatt, let's hear your side.
I almost feel like I watched a different trailer. I'm gonna be honest. It's like Kel's interpretation, I think is fantastic. Like that's a great way to think about it. I saw it in a different viewpoint. So like they are looking for life is kind of the vibe that it's giving, but they end up crash landing there.
And this is
planet.
who's they? Is this Adam
So
Driver
Adam
and
Driver's,
crew or
Adam Driver's kind of he seems like he's the guy running the operation.
the
But there's
protagonist?
other people on board and they look like they're in the stasis pods, where they're not like awake. They're like almost frozen until they find a place that they're going to.
Yeah.
And then he hits an asteroid that wasn't documented, like they didn't see coming, and then he lands on an undocumented planet that they find out can sustain life. Which is really, really cool. And then it shows, like in the trailer, he finds one of the stasis pods, and it's like a teenage girl. She looks like she's probably 14 or 15, but just a teenage girl. And so those are like the only two that it even shows like people-wise in the movie. And then it has like a couple of like the thriller parts, of being chased after dinosaurs. But they have, like Kel was saying, this high-tech stuff that they're defending
laser
themselves
guns
with.
and stuff.
Which I think is cool, but there's one part in the movie, at least this is where it gave me my perspective. And I'd be interesting to see how it actually plays out, if it's meant to be this way or not. But it said 65 million years ago is when this time period with the dinosaurs was. That's where 65 comes from.
Ah, okay.
It's just 65 million years ago. But the way it said it to me... I know, that's what I was saying, like different trailers.
Sorry, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
part.
I was wondering. I was like, where did 65 even come from?
Yeah, so 65 million years ago when these dinosaurs lived. But the vibe that it gave me is that this is Earth 65 million years ago. And the actor's
And they
name
come
is
back.
Adam Drivers. And so to me, I was getting like an Adam and Eve vibe of how humans came to Earth.
Is that the character's name?
That's just the actor's name. That's where I'm drawing this from. So I'm not saying that this is what the movie's about, but that's kind of how I interpreted it. Is it was 65 million years ago, and the way it said that, it was like, what if this is Earth 65 million years ago, and it's showing how humans came to Earth, and just with the actor's name being Adam, and the only other actor shown was a female.
Oh my gosh!
That was
what
just
the
that was
heck?
just my
Dang.
interpretation of it. I don't know if that's how it's going to play out, but I think that would be super cool, honestly. But what Kel was saying too, I thought was an interesting viewpoint. So it'd be, I'm excited to see what the movie's actually about.
I've always loved space, like growing up, and I've always loved dinosaurs. I still love dinosaurs to this day. So what part of the trailer that I saw, I was just excited for. I was like, this just looks sick.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be completely honest, I do not love Adam Driver. I thought,
How come?
I just thought he was like, and it's mainly because of Star Wars. Like, I thought Kylo Ren was such a cool character. And then he takes off his helmet. And it's Adam Driver. And I know this sounds so bad. This sounds so insensitive of me, but I was just like, what, dude? And then he just, anyways, he just seems like a baby in Star Wars, like very just throwing tantrums.
Emotional. Yes.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
agree.
put
I
a
can see
paper
that.
bag over his head and let him throw sissy fits off camera. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying that he was actually doing that. That was just part of the script. But I was just like, come on. I feel like that's ruined my perspective of him. And so like any show that has him, I'm always like, ugh, I don't want to watch. But I have watched some other shows. I can't remember the name of another film, but it was a lot more serious one. I mean, it wasn't like fantasy like Star Wars. But he was a really great actor in it, so it was really cool. I don't know if you guys knew this about Adam Driver, but he used to be in the Marine Corps. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Wow.
I think he was in the Marine Corps. So, yeah, if you want to learn a bit more about Adam Driver and how he became an actor, it's really interesting. Look into that yourself. But, yeah,
Cool.
65 sounds like a good movie. I'd
Yeah.
say we sign up for that one, buy some tickets for that one. That
Speaking
comes out
of-
in March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Avatar comes out tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
So I think we're gonna
¿Qué estamos haciendo, people?
I think we're gonna go watch it this weekend. So we will keep everyone updated on our review.
Yeah.
But to wrap things up, I think Wyatt has our daily Florida man.
Daily Florida man.
Oh, yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
I always look forward to these.
Oh, hey, these, when you're trying to find these, it just like makes you low key a little concerned about the human race, but at the same time, it's just a good laugh.
It's Florida.
It's Florida. Man.
These are all very
Florida,
real.
man.
I mean, like, this happens. It's really crazy to think about
It's
it.
crazy. I just worry sometimes that the rest of the world views America based off of the Florida.
We should put
I
all,
hope
We should
not.
put all the like the Florida man like just inmates in the Olympics.
That's
Just
such a good idea.
Just see how they do,
The
man.
Florida Man Olympics. I feel like these people are resourceful. Like the things they come up with, like they go far. Like it'd be awesome. Like if I have to go through a zombie apocalypse, I want a Florida man with me. Like let's be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so today's Florida man is Florida man is arrested after police found guns, drugs, and a baby alligator inside his truck.
Man just had a mini croaky chilling with him, man.
And a mini Loki, for those
Was
of you
it
who've seen Loki.
Dead or alive?
Oh yeah,
That's a great question. I actually do not know.
the gator or him?
The gator.
The gator. Obviously, he was alive because he was arrested.
Oh
But-
duh, yeah.
But the gator, I think the baby alligator was still alive. It concerns me that the alligator was found with guns and drugs. Because that is just a thing from my nightmares.
I
right
can
there.
totally see this guy like being crazy and like shooting off its arms and then like feeding it drugs and just seeing what it does.
The gator's just covered in
People
white powder.
crazy.
Just covered in white powder.
Holding his like
They're
what
like,
do you call it,
sir,
a paw?
they're like, sir, are these your drugs? He's
On a
like, no,
gun."
it's the gators. They're not mine.
Hey, it's a good
That's
scapegoat
funny.
right there. Little scapegator.
Oh, I love the Daily Florida, man. I love it.
Okay, today's question. Do you, when you're getting ready in the morning, do you do sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Sock, shoe, shoe. All the way.
sock, shoe,
Yeah.
shoe.
Wait, really?
Okay,
Don't
stop.
tell me.
Jeremy,
Don't.
get outta here.
Wait, no,
Get
no, I'm
outta
not even
here.
kidding. Like, you guys actually do socks first?
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Stop.
I've always done that. I've always done sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
What?
No way.
Yeah, but I don't time until I time together at the end. That's what I do.
That's
Get out of here,
crazy.
Jeremy. Go away.
No,
We're done with
seriously, I
you.
do. Yeah.
That is
Bro.
It's like I make my
crazy.
PBJs, peanut butter, then jelly.